What are we doing here? We're talking about it. So I think the exhibition is a place where people meet, but how do you go out of it? How do you share with others what you have seen, how it has made you reflect and see your environment differently? That can be working with briquette or with bricks, but it's an invitation to have a conversation. So however you do that, really, it belongs to you. But it's the viewer's choice to take it outside of the gallery.
Yeah, I think for me, when I was deciding to do a project on homelessness, I was really worried about the response. Like, I've not experienced this, so am I in the wrong to make a project on it? And when I was actually downstairs doing the performance, like I said, there were homeless people there, and they asked me what I was doing, and I said, like, I was really nervous about telling them. I was like, oh, I'm doing a project about homelessness, and I was like, oh, are they gonna kick off? Like, what are they gonna do? And the one woman said, like, she said to me, I'm glad someone's talking about it, because there are too many people. And I thought, that for me kind of made me feel a bit more in place with my work, because I thought, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make people talk about it. So, like, I think it is important to get that conversation started. Like you said, it starts with a conversation, and then what leads from that is, you know, dependent on the person.
So the other question, sort of completely different sort of thing that I was thinking about, is about sort of like materiality and stuff. Like, you're both working with, whether it's ceramics, bricks, but both are kind of casting, firing sort of thing in both instances. But the fact that you kind of come from a photographic practice, and then you're also sort of making prints, which are material but are kind of images, I guess, so in some way. So this is a really poorly phrased question, but I'm like, tell me a bit more about kind of materiality, like things and images within your work.
Well, I actually, when I first started uni, I was focusing on photography as well, and I really liked the idea of being able to capture something. Like, I didn't like really playing with my photographs. The only thing I really did was making black and white to make them stand out more. So I think, like, and that's how I still start projects. So I start with research, and I start by taking photos, because to me, I'll look at it and I'll say, okay, what can I do to this? And that's when I take it to the 3D. And like I said before, like, I really like using bricks and threads, because I do see the everyday in them, and I want people to see the everyday in my work, and then take that and sort of realise, because that's what I think I want people to do, really, is realise something out of it, regardless to if it's what I want to tell them, or if it's something else, maybe about materiality itself, about consumerism, like, because these are thoughts I have when I use the materials I do. So that's where my focus is with using bricks and using threads.
I think it was quite a natural step. I mean, I'm still working with photography as well, but if you compare photography and casting, they're quite similar actually. So photography is the question of the copy and the original and the aura of the artwork, and so is it with the cast. So what is important for me, the mold is the negative, and everything I cast from it is the repetition of it. So they are very similar mediums actually, only that one has a body and the other one is 2D. So I think in that sense, the process for me was logical to use, and the material, I think it's just interesting how we read materials differently, and how you can trick people. You know, if I make a mold of a mold, I can cast a mold in porcelain, so you never have molds in porcelain. So like that, I show people that for me the mold has is a very important object only through changing the material of it. So I think maybe you can play, and if you understand how materials work, you can also embed a meaning into that. So I think that's quite interesting.